Good morning, everyone. It's Simon Chan. And hey, I help you recruit and build a team using a simple online system. And today we're going to talk about the number one skill. It is Friday. Today's the day. Hey, we push hard. Those goals that we set on the beginning of the week, we are going to push hard and try to hit those activity goals and do our best to hit them. Hey, you want to relax? Go relax the weekend. I got big plans coming this weekend, some traveling and some fun stuff. But today's the day we stay focused, keep it simple, work on that DMO. We've been talking a lot about that, working on the income producing activities. All right, stay focused on that. Anyway, I've been having an awesome, productive week, working some big projects to serve you all. Hope you all checked out the podcast. If you have, appreciate you for leaving a review. It means a lot to lift up the profession. Working on some new exciting episodes as well. And it's going to be fun. Okay, but that's one of my weekly targets, serving you. Hey, it is Friday. Stay focused. I just spoke at last week at the digital marketing event saying, hey, you want to create number two things. You want to attract people to follow you, right? You got to be the leader, right? You got to lead yourself. We talked about that yesterday. Go out there, invest in yourself. Do something you don't want to do. When you do that, you're leading yourself. You feel better. And by the way, our friends here, Wilson, good to see you, Wilson, had a great question. You're reading a book that says all rich people read books, right? Read physical books. And if watching courses online, watching videos, podcasts, is that the same? And you know what? When you're leading yourself, unfortunately, it's not the same, right? If you're asking someone who's read all these books, it's definitely not the same, because when you talk to someone, there's certain things. Now, audiobooks is different, right? But you have to read the books, definitely the classics. In any industry, there's certain classics. And if you don't read them, there's not respect for you. I just want to put that simply. Like if you're heading to, by the way, if you're like a top leader, highly recommend Rob Sperry's Leaders Mastermind in October. I'll be going there out in Mallorca, Spain. So if you're in that group of people who earn 6, 7 figures, 8 figures, and you tell them you've never read some of these books, it's just people they may like you, but the respect just drops. They know you're faking it. You're not real, right? While if you read and everyone there always wants a good book. So to answer your question, online video courses, podcasts are awesome, but you have to read the classics in the books. You have to be well read, and that goes according to any field out there. It's not just, and because the books go more into detail, it really changes the way you think. So that's a question. By the way, if you have a question, just drop in a comment. I'm going to get to it right away, but I'll answer all your questions. Anyway, let's talk about the number one skill, right? As you wrap up the week, and I want you to reflect on the weekends. I want you to focus on your goals. And this weekend, I want you to reflect on how have you grown? How have you gotten better, right? It's really, really important. And especially, how have you gotten better in the number one skill? And the number one skill is consistency. Hey, I wrote the book about it. Right here, the consistency pill. By the way, I've actually a little cheat sheet based on this. If you don't, a consistency cheat sheet based outlining the 7-step system. If you never have it, drop in cheat sheet or consistency in the comments there, either or, and I'll send you a link where you can download it. But the number one skill is consistency. And I'm saying it's a skill because it is not something you're born with. I was definitely not born consistent, but it is certain things you do, right? And related to what we talked about, leading yourself, doing something you don't want to do, but you know you should do. If you do that a little bit, even it could be like walk around the block, or give someone a hug, give your spouse a hug, something that you don't want to do, but you know you should do. That'll help you create, you leading yourself, that'll start creating the habit of consistency, doing something a little bit every day. And another thing about consistency is, and I talked about this, is you have to have a routine. If there's no routine, it's not going to happen. If you think about anything you do consistently, and I know we're all consistent, something like taking a bath every day or making your morning coffee, there's a routine. Some of you exercise consistently, there's a routine, right? So you got to create that routine. So remember, consistency is not something you're born with. It is something you develop. It is a skill. Hey, again, I have a little cheat sheet for this. Drop in consistency or cheat sheet in the comments. I'll send it out to you that outlines the 7 different steps. You can put it in front of you, right? And yeah, I'm not going to go to all 7, but another thing is being specific in what you need to do. When there's no clarity, it's not going to happen, right? Again, it's like no goals means just going nowhere. You got to be very specific and clear what you have to do. So anyway, that's what I have. Just want to remind you, consistency is the number one skill. All the stuff we talked about this week, working on that the simple online system, working the DMO, leading yourself. You need to be consistently doing that every day. And you don't need to be good to get started, but you do need to be consistent. And the good news is consistency creates mastery. Anyway, that's what I have. See you back. I'm actually traveling this week. I'll give you a surprise. I'll let you know where I'll be on Monday when I pop up. But hey, go out there, stay focused, be consistent, and have a positive impact on someone's life. God bless. Have a great weekend. See you back Monday.